Hey, it's Barry Bailey here. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the medicine wheel and what I've learned from it. I've been studying the medicine wheel for about 14 years. And my first medicine wheel ceremony was performed by a grandmother named Miss Chickalilly from Snowbird, North Carolina, Cherokee Indian. And she performed with the 4 colors, red, yellow, black, and white. And in this medicine wheel, you see that there are 4 directions. This is a 4 directions earth medicine wheel of the Native Americans. It's a cooperative wheel. And if you look over here, you see the yellow. The yellow is for the east. And down here is the red, that's for the south. And the black is for west. And white is for the north. You can define the medicine wheel on a compass, on your watch. The 4 directions: morning, noon, evening, and midnight by your watch. 6 a.m., 12 noon, 6 p.m., and 12 midnight defines the 4 directions in a day. And so it's the energies that we're talking about here in the medicine wheel, and how we work with the energies. And by working with the energies in this medicine wheel, it is referred to as a cooperative medicine wheel, because we work in cooperation with the energies, and it's not a coercive or manipulative type of medicine wheel that's sometimes used by magicians in circles of that nature from old Europe. So if you look at these 4 colors in the 4 directions, you can appreciate that they work in parallels, and each thing that's identified with each direction is done so by the nature of its characteristics and similarities to the powers of the 4 directions. And in the east is the fire, where the sun rises. So, see, the sun rises in the east, so the east is related to fire, the dawn, the light. And it's also related to the energy of decision making. And in the south, the energy is related to water, because south usually signifies going down, and the water mostly flows downhill. And except for a few rivers that flow north, they eventually find some way to get back flowing south. And so it's related to the water, and the energy there is of giving. The water is the great giver, and so the plants are related to the south. And in the west, it is the direction of the stones and the power of the earth. If you go west, you see the stones get bigger. It's the characteristics and similarities of the west. Seems like when you travel west, the earth becomes more raw, and things just get bigger. The stones do. So you see the similarity in the westward movement. And the energy related to this is holding. And in the north, the greatest effects of the north is the way the air movements are, and our weather pattern, weather maker, is strongest by the air currents of the north. There's air currents in all 4 directions, but the air current of the north is the dominant air current. So air is related to the north because the subtle influence, which is a little bit greater. So also the energy here is receiving, and the animals are the great receivers, so the animals are related to the north. And also in the 4 directions, there's parallels, and they continue to parallel. And so we look at the 4 directions and the different parallels, and I'll go around some of those parallels. In the east, the energy is determining. In the south, the energy is giving. In the west, the energy is holding. In the north, the energy is receiving. In the east, the kingdom is the humans. In the south, the kingdom is the plants. In the west, the kingdom is the stones or minerals. In the north, the kingdom is the animals. Okay, personally, in the east is our relationship to spirit, our spiritual self. In the south is our relationship to emotions, feelings. our heart self, our heart. In the west is our relationship to our physical body, the stones and minerals. In the north is our relationship to mind. We receive with our mind. We determine with our spirit. We give with our emotions and feelings. And of course we hold with our body. And these parallels continue in the medicine wheel. And if you look at this little medicine wheel I've got right here, you see a red road and a black road. And this is the way the medicine wheel is defined by the two roads in the four directions. And you see it here, the black road and the red road. The black road is sometimes referred to as the road of difficulty, as it was by Black Elk. And the reason being is the road of difficulty because it connects the power of decision and choice with the power of holding. And it sometimes, most of the time in life, our troubles start with our decisions and what we hold on to. And whole nations of people can be forced into a road of difficulty by the decisions of a few and the things that they hold on to. And sometimes it's hard to turn loose of things you hold on to even when they hurt you. Addictions is a good example of that. And so this can be the road of difficulty, and it's sometimes called that, and it's called the spirit road too. And it's the road where we learn the lessons of life. And the red road here, it connects the north with the south. It also connects the two energies of giving and receiving. And so when we learn the lessons of life, when we learn that the best way to live is to give and receive of ourselves, because when we give what we have, then we'll always give it back, as the as the phrase was turned by Fool's Crow. He said the only way we can keep what we have is by giving it away. Okay, now what I'm going to do today is stop this teaching and continue on in a series of medicine wheel teachings, teaching what I've learned from the medicine wheel the best I can, and maybe help you a little bit. I've had several teachers, and I'm continuing to learn. I'm also a student of the medicine wheel, not just a teacher, but as I learn, I pass on these things. And this is Native American medicine wheel as I've set it up. And over here is a Celtic medicine wheel, which is basically the same. I just use oblong connecting stones in it. And it also has a prayer pole in the center. And so we'll get back to some more teachings about the Native American medicine wheel and the medicine wheel of the ancient way. This is ancient wisdom, and it was common knowledge of all earth tribal people. And these medicine wheels give us personal power, and they teach personal power, and the forces that were at the time of these things did not want us to have personal power, and so these things were banished and destroyed by the Roman Empire, the empires before them. And just recently the medicine wheel has come back into play as a powerful tool for personal growth and personal awareness, personal development. So we'll continue this medicine wheel teaching in our second series. This will be the first series of my medicine wheel teachings. I hope you got something out of that. Thank you.